We track how many calories we eat, how many steps we take, and now a new device could help us track our every bite. Researchers at Clemson University are already testing their bite monitor in weight loss studies, and a commercial version could hit the market as early as next year. Joining us with more details is one of the bite monitor's creators, Eric Muth, and the WSJ's Sumathi Reddy. Thanks very much to both of you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Eric, I want to start with you. Researchers are taking a closer look, not just at how much we eat, but how we're eating it. I'm curious how you think the bite monitor is going to help with that, help us kind of maintain our portion control.
Right, well, you can see it's a pretty simple tool. It's worn on your wrist, and the idea is to get people to track their eating behavior for a long period of time. One of the major problems with eating behavior is that it's difficult to track, and people, the common way of doing it is a diet diary, and people won't do that for very long. So our idea from the get-go is to have a simple device that people will wear a long time, because weight loss and weight gain happens over a long period of time, and we'd like them to be able to track a long time so they can lose weight.
Now, Sumathi, this isn't the only product out there that's kind of trying to do something like this. Tell me about some of the other things you encountered to help with the weight loss.
Sure. So there's a talking plate, which they expect to have on the market this fall. It's been used in weight loss clinics. And basically you put your plate of food on a scale. There's a little computer screen. It monitors your satiety and your eating rate. And when you start eating too fast, it actually tells you to go slower. And
do these things actually work? I mean, that's the big question. Does it really make a difference if you're counting the number of bites you take or measuring how fast you eat or if your plate's yelling at you?
Yeah, I mean, they say that, you know, behavior modification works. So if it's a question of just getting people to count their number of bites or slow down or their number of chews, that there's a possibility that it could help. But I think it's still that more research needs to be done.
All right, Eric, let's go back to your bite monitor. I see you're wearing it there on your wrist. So explain to me how this actually tracks what you're putting in your mouth.
So this actually measures a wrist roll motion, and when you go to put food in your mouth, you actually have to pick the food up and roll as you put it in your mouth. And we patent a process at Clemson University that uses that roll motion to detect when you're taking a bite of food.
All right, one thing I'm curious to know from both of you, this seems like a good option if you're, someone who's obese, you need to lose a lot of weight, but I think there are a lot of us out there that are just working on those last 5 or 10 pounds. And I wonder what's the line between something that could actually help you lose weight and something that's just driving you insane because now you're just paying so much attention to the number of bites you're eating? Eric, what do you think?
Well, I think as someone who has struggled with the 5 or 10 pounds for a long time, I think you almost do have to track your behavior insanely, because we have a food chain that has highly processed food that's high energy dense. It's very easy to overeat in our current eating environment, so we have to track all the time in order to maintain our weight and keep that extra 10 or 15 pounds off. So that's the general idea. You've got to be able to track it some way. A scale, a device like this, something that's simple so you can know that you're overeating that extra 150, 200 calories a day, because it's so easy to overeat.
Sumathi, what's your take? For the last 5 or 10 pounds, helpful or something that's just going to drive you insane?
I mean, I feel like a lot of these products are more designed for people who are obese or overweight, but if it's like a Fitbit, everyone got into Fitbits, right? It could be something like that.
All right,
eventually.
next Fitbit. All right, thanks to both of you for joining us. We appreciate it.